series, and today we're talking about trust, and the conversation is really about the business of trust. This month we're talking about that, and it's been very exciting, very interesting as we have continued to do that. And today we're talking about leveraging your community groups because we grow through community, right? When you look around at our communities, this is how we are able to situate ourselves and how we're able to grow. So, where does trust already exist? Many businesses spend a lot of time looking for new customers, and recently we said it's easier to change a lead than a suspect. It's easier to encourage a lead to follow than to convert somebody who's just heard about you. So sometimes the opportunity we're looking for is much closer than we think because communities are built on trust and trust is built over time. So, what is the community you're plugged into, and what is the level of trust that you can connect to? You see, we have multiple communities around us. Think about your local church. In it, you have the children's ministry, teens ministry, youth ministry, men's ministry, ladies' ministry, and each ministry has a fragment, right? So there are multiple communities you could be in that one place, right? Think about your SACCO, your savings and credit cooperative organizations. What happens is you go in there, you save, you can get a loan, you can build, you can get facilities that would help you grow. You live somewhere, so your resident association, at least here in Kenya, every block of flats has a residents association. Even where I live, there is the respective roads have their associations, their groupings, and then the courts have their own groupings. So where do you live and what do you belong to? And then what are the professional associations you're part of? Are you in a trade organization? Are you in a sector-based organization? Are you connected to a community? We also have other community groups for youth and women, which may not necessarily be for trade, but could be for community. And alumni networks. Where did you go to primary school? Do you have a group? Are you in it? Where did you go to high school, to college? Are you in those community groups? Are you in the industry group, right? Where you know that all marketers are in this particular group, the ones who went to this college, alumni networks work really well. And finally, chamas. These are really investment groups that come together to put money together to save. Each of these particular communities is an opportunity for us to come and be part of a set of people who believe in one common thing and who are also able to refer work one to the other. But why is it important to be in a community? You see, people buy because of trust. They need to know you, like you, and trust you. All right? How do you get known? How do you get credible? Where do you get your recommendations? What relationships do you have? How visible are you, and what shared experiences have you created? It is in a space where somebody knows you, they like you, they trust you, they refer you, right? It is a space where I can call and say, I'm looking for somebody who does X, and I will get recommendations. And the recommendations are based on people's good experiences with you and the fact that their good experiences caused them to be pleasantly served. And they remember that. So when you see that people buy based on trust, it means that we must consistently build credibility, relationships, and visibility. And that is community, right? So let's do a few definitions. Definition number one, a community is people connected. Connected, that's it. People connected. The point of connection could be ideological, it could be interest, values, profession, geography, or even purpose. But a community is people connected, people brought together, people united around a common thing. All right. So if it's people connected, community engagement then means building meaningful relationships through participation and contribution in this connected space. Building meaningful relationships. So engagement isn't just you posting stuff on the group. No, it's building relationships. And because we live so much in the online space, many of us think that engagement is just
posting and people seeing and people liking. The deeper part of engagement is the meaningful relationships that are behind that contact. Without that, then we cannot do the next thing, which is build community trust. Trust is the confidence earned through consistent integrity and value. So when you come to this place of engagement, you have engaged with the people that you're pursuing, but it is through consistent integrity and value. Can we vouch for you to be who you say you are? Can anybody vouch, and can someone else attest that that vouching is true? Because that is where the trust happens. When we have understood communities, people connected, engagement is meaningful relationships, and trust is the confidence based on consistent integrity and value, it flips how we think about a lot of things. It flips how we think about a lot of things. So, what are a few things we need to remember? Number one, trust already lives somewhere. In the community, trust has been built because you have consistently engaged. So successful businesses don't create from scratch. The trust they have has been built in their participation, right? They have built relationships, they have given value. So when they come to ask for a sale, an opportunity, an opening, they are already trusted in that community. Trust already lives somewhere. It could be that one person in the community has already bought from you. So what happens is when you come and you begin to talk, somebody can vouch for you because trust was built somewhere. Communities are built around relationships. So when you come in, you must become a trusted contributor. You give before you take from the community. Communities are built on relationships, right? So they exist because people belong. Remember, we said communities, people connected. It's people joined, it's people united. So before you come in and begin to sell, you must first seek to understand and contribute. When you seek to understand and contribute, then the door is open. You're welcomed in. So we say, belong before you promote. Remember, we said trust begins somewhere, and communities are now built on relationships. So that trust and the relationship are the underlying foundation of all our communities. And then when you contribute in this space, you create credibility. But what are you contributing? You're contributing value in the form of new knowledge or deeper knowledge. You're contributing value by training on something. You are giving support to a matter. You are creating opportunities. You are giving practical solutions. I always give the example of the lady I buy shea butter products from. I met her because somebody I trusted said her products are A15. I did not buy the product that was recommended because I was looking for something different. But because there was already credibility on the table, and because she explained the product I wanted so well, the end result is she gave me a practical experience for what I wanted. I bought and I've never looked back. So when you're going to a community, focus on serving before you sell. What knowledge can you share? What support can you give? What opportunities can you open for others? What practical solutions can you provide? Serve before you sell. Why is that important? Too many of us want to sell, 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 sell without serving. We want to enter a group, enter a community, boom, 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 ha, 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 consistently pushing your product, pushing your product, pushing your product, not giving people time to even hear themselves think. And then you ask, why don't people buy from me? Because you're bombarding us. What have you given to us that we feel is valuable, that will come to you and buy from you? Contribution creates credibility. Too many of us want to sell before we're able to contribute. And because trust is built in relationships, it grows through consistent presence. So don't think that one visit will create trust. It won't. It will mean you need to show up, you need to follow up, you need to keep your word and remain present. Why? You don't want to be a one hit wonder. You came in, you sold one thing, whoa, no one buys again. You don't want that. No. You want to be able to get to a place where, because of your consistent behavior, we know we can trust you, right? We know that when we put our money into your business, we will get good service back. The product we buy will be a quality product. How do we know that? Because you have consistently showed up. So we are now confident that you can deliver on your promise. Trust shows through consistency. It grows through consistency. It grows because you are reliable in the space that we know. And finally, every community is different. How you put yourself and pitch yourself in a church circle is not how you do it in a circle. A circle is not a resident association. A youth group is not a professional body. You see, you must understand the community before seeking the opportunity. There are communities where you must buy a product from somebody every week, and you go there and you sit and you don't buy. You will be ejected. You will be removed. There are other communities where market day is one day of the week. I'm in a community where market day is not just one day of the week. On the market day, the most you can do is put up one image with one caption. If you do more than that, you get eliminated. So you can imagine in the group watching people post 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos, then a caption, and watching the admin select all and delete all. In another community, somebody contravened the rules. We watch them being removed. Why? The rules of engagement of each community are different. So you cannot come into a community, not understand how the community functions, and come and push your own opinions on them. It doesn't work. Think about it. Let me even go further. Most of us buy from certain supermarkets. We all have our favorite supermarket. Each of them has a loyalty program, right? Each loyalty program, what they give you back, they all say you spend 100 shillings, you get 1 point. But they have different values for their points. There are some of them that are shilling for shilling. There are some where your point is 10 cents. You can have 11,000 points, but have 1,000 shillings in your pocket. However, in the guys where the value is lower, they seem to give greater value. One of them where I am gladly a member, they give you additional benefits. So Monday is a double point day. That's Carrefour Supermarket. Again, the member deals on Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but the best ones are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you could find this thing is on discount, but on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you get an additional 40% off. You will not pay it, but it will give you points for 40% of the value or 20% of the value, whatever it is they choose that week. I remember buying a cooker. The price on the price tag is 32,000. But because I was a member, I paid 19,999. The rest discounted because I'm a member. All right. I remember going to another supermarket and I was with a friend buying a fridge. There were no points on the fridge, but because they were not registered in that supermarket as a loyalty customer, I got all the points. Can you then see that each community has a different value system? There are other communities where you cannot show up and you cannot sell unless you have been pre approved and pre vetted and somebody has visited your location. Every community is different. So before you seek opportunity there, please understand the community. What does understanding the community mean? It means you map who is here and who belongs here. What matters most in this community? What do they like? What don't they like? What do they expect and appreciate? What would they rather not have? Additionally, what challenges exist? And to the existing challenges, what value can I contribute? Can I resolve a challenge so effectively that guys are like, Ebo, remind us what you do? Then you now go and you pitch your products or your services. The question that must guide our conversations is how can I participate before I promote? Many of us, let's even add WhatsApp groups into this community conversation. Let us add your online audience. You may have a community, um, 2,000 people following you on Facebook, 1,000 on TikTok. What value do you add to their lives? You want them to buy your product. Have they seen value in who you are? So when we think about communities, yes, they're groupings, but your online community also factors into this conversation. When you look at your online community, what are they looking for? What needs do they want met? How frequently do they want those needs? In what format do they want those needs met? Right? You map your community. You go down to what is the packaging size they need? What are their color preferences? They're okay as long as I talk about the value the product gives. We have to figure out our community intimately because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. That's why trust is a major currency. In this day and age of the relationship economy, we must build trust. People must know that every Tuesday after class, the AMC team upload the video, put it up. They know the captions are good, the focus is good, and then they tell you if you missed the episode, go watch it here. What happens after that? It means that we are reliable enough for you to know you can count your Wednesday morning as a catch up zone if you missed the Tuesday session. Why? Because it's business owners in this space who are seeking to grow their business, and knowledge and insight matters the most. We must be very careful to nurture our communities. Let us not assume that our communities don't care. Our communities care a lot more than we think they do. So, what then do we need to do? We must sit and ask ourselves many questions. But one of the ones I really want you to ask yourself is which communities naturally align with your values? And as you ask yourself that, look at all the communities you're in. And if there are any communities that do not align with your values, get out. Leave them. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to be everywhere. If a community does not align, leave. Many of us are scared to leave, so we have spread ourselves thin. We tell ourselves, oh, but if I leave, who will know who will buy from me? They're already not buying from you. Get out. They're already not coming to your events. Get out. If you are not adding value back to them and they're not adding value back to you, you are in an imbalanced relationship. Get out. Also ask yourself, am I known for contributing or simply promoting? Some of us give nothing or value back to our communities. We just absorb, 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 then we put out our stuff. We don't help anybody. We want people to buy, but we're not buying from anyone. That's imbalance, complete imbalance. And at the end of the day, what you want to do is to be able to say, we are moving forward because this is what we give the community. Can your contribution be counted in the growth of your community? How have you helped one or two people in the communities you are in? Or are you always on saying, buy from me, oh yeah, look at me, and you're not contributing, you're not buying from anybody, you're not helping anybody, you're not supporting anybody? That's not valuable. That's not valuable. So then, having asked yourself what naturally aligns with us and our values, having left the places that don't align, having checked yourself on whether you contribute or simply promote, think about one relationship that you can build beginning this week. One. If there are several, list them down, but start with one. Why one? Things change one at a time. Of all the communities I've looked at, the one that I can make the greatest contribution is X. How do I do that contribution? By doing Y. Then go and do that thing. Go and do that thing. Because at the end of the day, it is focused effort in communities that builds our reputation, builds trust, and enables us to sell more. And because we all have to be in multiple communities, let us learn to choose the communities that give us greatest value. Greatest value is what we are looking for. And because people buy from people they know, like, and trust, how do we become the people who are known, liked, and trusted? By showing up in community, by having an excellent product, but also giving an excellent service. Are you known for contributing or just promoting and making all of us tired? So the reality you must understand is that we remember the people who create value before they seek opportunity. So your next right move is, why don't you become known for your contribution before your promotion? Be known as the person who is trusted and is intentionally giving value to others. Keyword intentionally. Because the intentional contribution differentiates you so that the day you promote, they're like, yeah, this is a legit person. This one is give and take. This one is balanced. Why? Because businesses are trusted when they consistently contribute. Contribute to what? To the communities they hope to serve. Can you be trusted because you consistently contribute to your community? Or are we always wondering, now what does this one want today? That is the big question. In all the communities you find yourself sitting, whether your chama, your SACCO, your faith group, your alumni network, your online community, your online customers, do people know you to give to them first before you self-promote? That's why many times on online forums we see click here to get a freebie, then we entice you to the next level, because we have learned that it is important to give first before you promote. So the question we ask, and the question really that's on the top of our minds today, is: are you contributing to your communities in a way that makes you memorable, top of mind, the one they know, they like, they trust, and whether or not it is them who are buying, whether they will recommend you? If you come and look at my shelf, you will quickly know who my major suppliers for different things are. I have certain types of stationery, I have certain types of drinks, I have certain preferences about the snacks I eat. So if you looked across my shelves, you will be able to pretty much even pick up which supermarket I buy in, which is my favorite supplier of snacks. Why? Because I have patterns. So your business also has a pattern. You also have a pattern. There's a way you think, there's a way you behave, there's a way you are that will tell people whether you are the right person to keep buying from, or whether all you do is care about yourself. Because people are more concerned about their needs than your need to sell. So your need to sell must match a need your audience and your market has. So whereas marketing does get you in front of people, there is a point where we must balance. And what must we balance? The needs of our audience over and above our needs to self-promote. Because it is at the intersection of them feeling seen and heard and understanding what your product does for them that they become a consistent customer for you, and you're able now to grow your sales. It is important that we nurture communities. It is important that we are immersed in community. It is even more important that we give and we support before we promote endlessly. I was sharing in another forum that their groups have left because I realized they don't meet my needs. Everybody's posting every hour, so nobody gets to see anybody's product. I don't have the time to post every hour. I'm probably in meetings, I'm creating content, I'm doing stuff. I'm not sitting on a shop floor being able to schedule and post every hour, which tells me that's not my audience. So what do you think I've done? I've left those groups and gone into groups and communities where we have the same patterns. We're able to say market day is on this day, and on market day, everybody puts their things. And if it is something I want to participate in, I star it, I save it, I pin it, or I just register immediately. Are you known to contribute to your community before you ask to extract? Because that becomes the game changer. So be willing to serve before you promote. That will diametrically shift not only how you see yourself as a business, but how you connect your respective audiences, how you strengthen your communities, and how you shift the conversations around your business.